Um, Welcome back. Ideally, you should be telling us welcome back. I would like to apologize for the break in transmission. It was due to a very, very, very technical mix-up on my own part.
It's fine.
Very sad happening like that.
Very unnecessary.
I tell you, after wasting so much gas, but it's all good. We'd like to apologize for the break in transmission. It was, these things happen. So let's just get back into the groove, and we will continue from where we left off.
Okay, so we were talking. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, yeah, the inflation. So we're talking about inflation and the amount of things that it has done or has not done.
The miscalculation of inflation.
I don't think it's a miscalculation because there's a lot of things that are actually like involved in it. I think you're being a little too emotional about it.
Okay.
I as much as 8.5%.
It's not a 1 point something percent increase. It's like a 2 million percent increase. But if you want to calculate it, you can say 30 or 40% of the 20%, which we now had to that 40 to make it 60 something percent. I rest my case.
Oh my God, it's not that.
I rest my case.
Yeah,
I am speaking for many Nigerians.
It's not that deep. I don't think it's that
Dolupo
deep.
is deeper than deep.
Anyway, moving on from that quickly. Wow. This is a very interesting one because this actually happened to me. And the NYSC is set to resume orientation in Borno State 13 years after it was suspended due to terrorism. And why I said so was that I remember getting posted to Borno State about 3 times. I don't know why. I don't know what people were thinking.
You were posted there 3 times.
Yes, I didn't go.
Why would they post someone 3 times? This is not ones that they post.
Oh, they post you and you don't go.
They post normal
Then
human beings.
you register again and you don't go. Then you register again and you don't go. Then the 4th time.
And they didn't arrest you and lock you up.
Nope.
And force you to go there.
Nope.
Shame.
Then the 4th time.
We need stronger laws
I think
in this
that
country.
At that point, I just, what was the word now? Gave up. I remember the 4th time where I just gave up, and the first time, that was the first time I ever saw it. And they put it as the first 2 letters, and I saw B-O. I don't ask people around that, sorry please, what is B-O? Someone said that Borno. I said no, it's not possible. Then I went into the office to go and ask them, like, sorry please, I saw B-O by my name. What's that?
What was a BO?
And I'm
Why the BO?
Before I even maybe get home and maybe tell your parents that, okay, what are we doing? I knew in my heart of hearts I wasn't going to Borno State. I just was not going. There was nothing anybody was going to say. But after like the 3rd or 4th time, you know what? And then I now actually asked, I did a bit of findings, and after like a few days, because I didn't collect my call-up letter immediately because I was not going to do that.
You were angry.
And why was it that my name always came out in Borno State? Like, who did I offend?
Maybe you people your destiny is tied to Borno State.
No, my destiny is not tied to Borno because I've still not been to Borno before. Anyway, I was now told that camp was going to be in Nasarawa State, and the juicy, what's he called to me? We're going to get ×2 or whatever it is. We're going to get some inconveniences, allowances, and you'll be allowed to.
See the way when it became money matter, your voice just changed.
Yeah, and then and then you'll be allowed to redeploy.
Your phone just came from somewhere.
Anyway, that will be allowed to redeploy and all that. So, which I felt that, and I think if I remember correctly, I think it was Governor It was Shetima, the vice president now, that was the governor then, and it was really nice. Really, it was very, but with the amount of military intervention in Borno State and the kind of things that have been going on the past few years, I think it's a very welcome development. I also feel that for people that are posted there and people that will get it, we'll be seeing there are a lot of I won't say palliative, there are a lot of incentives from the state government in those kind of places. So it might really not be a bad idea to actually just up and go to Borno State.
So you want to go and finish your NYSC now?
I finished it.
No, that's the original one now. You're supposed to do it in Borno.
It's not. It's not.
Okay, but
it would not be a bad idea to actually like visit Borno State, though.
so guess what?
Now.
I just made light of that situation. We'd like to try to get back into the groove. So one of the things that I'm happy about is that they know that it is safe now. That's why they are going to open up that camp.
Yeah, yeah.
But I hope that they know what they're doing 100%.
Oh yeah, I feel that this kind of thing will definitely, there will still be a lot of I'm guessing there will not be as many people in other states like in Borno State, that's for sure. But I'm hoping that there's going to be a lot of security involved in this. If I remember correctly, when I went for NYSC, and of course there was the heat of the Boko Haram and all that, even those northern states, even up until Abuja and Nasarawa and all that, there was still a lot of security. And I remember that they had reduced camp to 2 weeks instead of 3 weeks. That like southern states had 3 weeks. Most of the northern states then had just 2 weeks camp, and there was a lot of security going in and going out. The way in other camps that the gates were wide, it was really like it had armor tanks and all that. It was so, to a large extent. I for NYSC to go to the extent of reopening a camp, I'm guessing that they will have done a lot. And I know that for a fact that the federal government actually takes like core members really, really seriously.
All right. Another thing that I would like to plead for is that, having seen what the former governor of Rivers State has done to their own orientation camp, I'm hoping that they can make it the yardstick and the
I'm hoping that
standards,
if you want me to come to Borno State, the least you can do for me is at least make the place comfortable enough. And really, with the kind of things that you see that Governor Zulum does in other places, I will not be surprised if they reopen that camp and it's a brand new camp. I really will not. It will not be something I will be surprised about. Also, sadly, there was Nigerian Air Force helicopter that crashed in Niger State. I saw pictures of a lot of people, residents of that village, moving away from that place and all that. Sadly, it's not something we see a lot, but it happens. Just last week, I think it was in the United States, where there was a collision of rescue choppers. Like, and you're wondering, like, okay, who's supposed to rescue who? But it happens, sadly. We hope that it does not happen again. Also, moving from that, police have now arrested 8 people who have been said to be terrorizing a Bayelsa community, and they recovered arms. Also, the Nigerian Customs. Sorry, there's a lot that we actually want to say. I'm just going through this. The Nigerian Customs intercepted 1,245 live ammunition that were concealed in rice.
You see, that's another angle that we have to look at now.
Oh my God.
Now, were they even supposed to bring rice in the first place? Is it not supposed to be banned or something?
Banned, yeah.
And you now use contraband to carry contraband.
Like,
bro,
doesn't even make any sense.
You're not even sharp. You're not even sharp. You know,
what you think? Yeah, saying it doesn't even make any sense when you're thinking about it. Like, so in the first place, rice would have already drawn attention to whatever it is you're carrying. Not like you should carry it in stuff that.
Don't carry anything. Don't carry gun. Don't carry anything.
Well, I just say that he just doesn't.
You're not even sharp.
Yeah, not sharp.
You're just not sharp.
Anyway,
the day that sharpness was being
distributed, you traveled. You traveled. Definitely traveled. Anyway, moving on from that, let's go to a little bit of a story that I wanted us to talk about, and this is happening in the APC.
All right.
Now, this is the chairman of the party, the new chairman of the party, former governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Ganduje, had made a statement and said that the office of the deputy governor is very controversial. And then we were wondering, like, okay, what caused... When I saw that, I really wanted to read what happened. And now, this is a fight that seems to be brewing a lot. And looks like it's probably going to cause a bit of issues if they do not do something about it. What exactly is the story? The story behind it is that there's a forum of former deputy governors that stormed the chairman's office. Mm-hmm. And what were their issues? They're saying that according to the APC constitution, that they are not part, that they should be included in the NEC. That's National Executive Council that has governors, former governors in that also. That literally the council that picked the
we know about
chairman.
NEC.
So they're saying that they're not included in it and that they should be. And he's now saying that this particular point, this particular office there's always been a lot of issues with it, especially when that there's always the story of governors and deputy governors fighting. There are a lot of people that seem
just like in Edo State.
I've seen that a lot in a lot of states.
Akure,
we've seen it in Ondo State,
that's Ondo State.
In Zamfara State, we've seen it in Oyo State. It happens a lot. It seems to happen a lot. If I remember, there was a few months ago we were talking about it that the Lagos State Deputy Governor, the current one, seems to be the one that has probably had the longest term as a deputy governor since 1999. So like he is now saying that the office in itself has a lot of issues. So maybe not just the APC needs to look into it, but even the whole constitution in itself, a lot more things needs to be spelt out.
Yeah, interesting argument or discussion about the importance or the role of deputy governors even after office and all of that. I have always been one that felt that when you attain a certain level, not only in politics now, in governance, in management, that you should be part of some kind of institution, some kind of a body, a group, where they can actually sit down, maybe on a quarterly basis or, I didn't
even know there was a forum of former deputy governors.
There's a forum of everything.
Everything in this country.
There's a forum of everything.
Oh, God.
If you go and check now, there's forum for former senators wives. There's a forum for everything.
I agree.
If newspaper readers, they have an association.
Readers.
They have an association. Radio Callers Association. There's an association. They're real in Nigeria.
Actually, I was shocked.
They exist. A very powerful block at that. So if that happens, yes, there's a forum of deputy governors. So the experience that they have garnered, the exposures that they have can still be useful. They can also still go on to become things that they want to be.
Yeah.
The former deputy governor of Lagos under Governor Ambode is now a senator.
Yeah.
You get. And on and on and on.
Yeah,
like
the former deputy governor in River State is also a senator, yes. She's also a senator.
So on and on and on like that. So I get what they're saying. It's not just the law, because if it's about the law, they know what to do. As former governors, they should go through the State House of Assemblies, they should go through the House of Reps and the senators, and they are their friends, they are their colleagues, their party members, even across party lines. But it's more about the attitude than the law empowering or creating the role of a deputy governor.
No, but they are now saying that why are they not included in the NEC?
That's what I'm saying, that it's a law.
Yeah.
Ganduje is talking about the law, maybe the availability of the law or not. I'm saying that beyond the law, it's about the attitude. There's a way people treat the role of deputy governors. There was a time someone referred to them as spare tire. And I said, you don't get it. While playing politics with your selection of a deputy, you must also realize that
you need someone that is competent. Take, for example, Ondo State at the moment is deputy governor, that is the acting governor.
As the acting
we
governor
saw
for months.
As much as the former vice president, he was the acting president.
For a while.
For a while,
for
yes.
a while,
Yeah.
So these are the things that are important. So if you still treat the office of the deputy governor with disdain, and you treat it as something for the girls or something for the boys, then you don't even know what you're doing at all. Because
we see a lot of very if I remember correctly, the former deputy governor in Kaduna State, she very
very active.
She's
deputy governor again.
She's deputy governor again
with the new governor.
The deputy governor in Lagos State. Like, you see that these people are actually really active. So it's really not about the office is not as redundant as some people make it seem.
Should not be.
Yeah, so I think it's actually a very interesting conversation that definitely needs to be had. So we'll see where that comes from. Maybe the APC, as the ruling party, they say charity begins from home. If they can do theirs, then we'll see how others pick up from there. Also, quickly from Niger, there's a bit of updates as West African military chiefs are set to discuss the Niger crisis this week. Also, the U.S. Secretary of State has now commended President Tinubu's efforts to restore constitutional order in Niger. There's been a lot of mixed issues coming from, from emotions from Niger side. There's the story of them now wanting to sit down with. Then then they're coming out to also say that with all the sanctions they can deal with themselves, and and I wonder, like, okay, pick a side. What exactly do you people want at this point?
Still staying with Niger, they're also talking about how they have enough proof now that the ousted president, he's been ousted.
Yeah.
Bazoum has committed treason.
High treason, and I'm like.
So,
okay.
On the one hand, the signals are they want to have a sit down with ECOWAS. But what I can deduce from all of this is that these guys have no intentions of leaving. There's another cleric, one of the clerics, Islamic clerics, that actually spoke to them, said that they have also said those things that I was saying they should be saying. They have said it now, that they're not going to stay for long. They're going to hand over on time. They just want to correct some things that are wrong and all of that. But it seems to be deeper than the things that they are presenting. I was watching one expert on Niger who was talking about the influence of the former president, the one that Bazoum succeeded, who had put people in place and seemed to still have power when he had left government. Now Bazoum had now transferred the chief of army staff or chief of defense staff and made him an ambassador to the UAE. And that was one of the things that triggered the action that's happening now, because those are the strong men that the former president had put in place. So what it looks like is Bazoum was trying to now put his own people in charge and take control. Another thing that we had noted many years ago, and this is why, as a politician going into government, you must quickly understand that you're not supposed to sleep on this. Why is the president, the leader of the presidential guard, one of the longest serving people in that role? He's been there for about a decade. It's a very dangerous position. And that's where the mutiny started from, that now became a coup. It wasn't going to be a coup. We all remember how this thing happened. It was like mutiny. Then before you know it, some generals came and more or less, even this Tichani guy was not the one. It wasn't that was at the forefront before.
But anyway, we'll see. We'll see how that goes quickly. Also, the Afghanistan's Taliban has now marked 2 years. It's officially 2 years the Taliban has been back in Afghanistan. To me, they've done more harm than good.
Obviously.
But we'll definitely see how that is going. There's a lot of, natural disasters happening around the world, in Japan, in Dominican Republic. It's happening in France. It's happening in China. There's a lot of places. Hawaii. There's we just really hope that these things actually stop. There's from wildfires to typhoons to landslides and flooding, monsoons, and all that. It's really, really crazy. And quickly before we go, Premier League match day review, definitely that happened, and we've seen a lot of drama coming from it. A lot of very expected ones. One of the first is now that first day of the league, there's already talks of refereeing issues. Now, the PGMOL has officially come out to actually apologize to Wolves. And I have questions with these things, like when these things happen all the time, nobody is compensated for it. That goal
football,
would have...
They don't reverse things in football.
Those things need to be changed. There needs to, even if you're going to call them back to play just that penalty, because
it's not done in football.
That's why it's not done. It has never been done. Does not mean it cannot be done.
So what you're going to do now is you're going to foot the bill to bring them back to come and play. Yeah, it's from... my computer restarted itself. So it's from the cost and other things. And
they're going to play each other anyway. They're still going to play an away game.
So what they
play that penalty again.
What? No, I don't think so. they don't play a penalty that was not given. What they need to do is to review their VAR laws. How are they saying that they want to be less involved? That they're expecting the referee on the pitch to take most of this. Then what is VAR for? The VAR people should have been more involved. In other parts of Europe, the VAR is more involved. And now in England, they're allowing the man on the pitch.
It's the first match day and there's already controversies. I don't get it.
If the man on the pitch feels that it's gone a certain way and VAR cannot help him, what is the essence of VAR?
What's the essence? And it's really sad because that game could have ended in a draw.
Or could have still ended the way it did.
It could have, but
it could have changed the course of the game.
We never know.
Then again, if you look at it, because I watched the replay over and over and over again, the goalkeeper had no business reacting the way he reacted to that ball because the ball was already out of his reach. So it even goes beyond the penalty, because if that's a penalty, then that's a red card. Because it's the last man and he's in the goal, and that means he gets sent off. So it goes beyond the possibility of a penalty, to other things. But again, having watched football all my life, we're kind of used to the fact that if a game is over, then a game is over. And another mistake that tends to happen now is that the referees will now want to overcompensate. In another game scenario, they will now use it as some. It always happens that you now say that, oh, but in this other game, this happened and you didn't react that way. But it's the inconsistencies in the laws.
For me, yes.
So it was the essence of VAR, video assistant referee, if VAR cannot assist, because he has a better view and he has technology at his fingertips to quickly check and say that is definitely, there was contact in the box, it was a penalty, and they had to give it. That's the way it was supposed to be.
Anyway, we'll see how all these things go. We do not have time anymore. Concerning the Women's World Cup, Spain has officially now reached its first ever Women's World Cup final after defeating Sweden 2-1. There's going to be another one tomorrow. The second semi-final is between Australia and England. So we'll see where and how that is going to work. That's also, whoever wins that too is going to be a very interesting game. So we will follow that. And we do not have time to talk about transfer stories. Hopefully we'll be able to get to that tomorrow. But on that note, that is all we'll be able to take today on The Bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you very, very much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. West African time to give you another wonderful edition of The Bar. Do you have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead? Peace.